Well, hey YouTube, it's Elvis Ammo here. Hey, today I want to show you my lead hoard. Alright, so I haven't touched my lead hoard in my barrels there, but this is, I have 3 new buckets, and these two, this one and this one, has been separated. This is out of 2 buckets. And that's my stick-on wheel weights, which is the pure lead. And this is the last of my 3rd bucket, and I thought I'd bring you along and show you. So technically those are my clip-on wheel weights in those 2 buckets right there. Out of 2 buckets, that's how many clip-ons, and that's how many stick-ons for soft lead. And then I have 1 bucket to go for 3. And I just thought I'd bring you along, and for eye candy entertainment, I thought I'd line up some ingots right there. Besides, I want to show you what I do with those ingots. So what we're doing here is we are processing a little bit of lead, and I have my lead hoard. Hang on just a second. Felt like I was losing you there. Okay, it looks like you're there. So this is my lead hoard, and a couple of things that we use to test for lead and steel and zinc and all of that kind of stuff to separate this stuff out. And we can use, these are just pruners. Now there's a lot of different ways that people like to do this to test for lead and steel and all that. They'll tap on, and in my experience, to get the highest quality lead, now if you're just making fishing lures and stuff like that, it doesn't matter as much on the quality of lead. But in this case, if you're making bullets, for instance, then it does matter. So what I do is I'll take these and I'll just pinch each piece of lead like this, and this is the best way to get the quality. You just do this in your spare time, okay? So you can look on this one. This is pretty hard, and it has a ZN on there. That's zinc. So a lot of guys now, since I have done my first video on casting zinc bullets, I have seen a lot of people in our community being very successful in making zinc bullets. Anyway, so that's one thing. I just throw these zinc to the side, and sometimes you'll even find plastic. This is a plastic wheel weight. It's just a really dense plastic, and I throw those to the side. These are iron or metal or steel, and you can usually tell because it's riveted on like that. And we throw these to the side, and then sometimes you'll see on your iron weight, you'll have the FE for the iron site, iron mineral. And so then when you're good at this kind of thing, sometimes you can just pick them up and look at them and just know that they're lead, and even test it by just bending it like that. And you'll see that that's lead, and that goes in our good bucket. And then I take these stick-on wheel weights. These are considered pure lead, and we throw these to the side. And if you want to soften your wheel weights, you can just add some of your ingots from your pure lead to your wheel weights. So I always throw these in a bucket and make separate ingots out of them. And then whenever I make my ingots from this lead, these beautiful ingots, see? Nice lead. These are very heavy. The amount that you see right here on the table is probably more than any one person can lift. It's that heavy. But these are the ingots that we make just in a muffin pan like this. And one thing that I recommend that you do is when you're making your lead ingots, and I'm going to do an updated video on this, by the way. I have a couple of new burners, and I'm going to just kind of see what the difference is, you know, between one burner and the other. Anyway, we'll get to that pretty quick. The other thing that you can do is when you're making your ingots in your pans, you can make, you know, thicker ones and thinner ones, and you know, some that are extra thin like this, just little wafer size, just by pouring a shallow ingot, and that way we can add this to our small 20-pound pots as we're casting without upsetting the temperature of the pot. So that's how you get by with that. So just one muffin pan, don't matter what size ingot, because you can just pour it shallow or thick. Or thick. Alright, so now you know, that's pretty much the processing, and I've never used these pruners before. I've always used these tin snips or whatever to do this with, and you can put a little cut on there, and you know that's lead, and that goes in the lead bucket, and then you know that's lead. It's got a nice little nick on there. It goes in the lead. Now these are pure lead, and I mean that's how soft those are. And you just keep on going down the line. That's lead. But I like these pruners even better. And I usually just put them in there so I don't have to squeeze so hard. I just use 2 hands, and I'll do a wiggle with one hand and I'll squeeze with the other. That's the kind of thing that I like to do. But that's how we separate them out. And I know if you want the highest quality lead, that's what I suggest you do. No matter how I try this, you know, whether I'll throw it all in the pot and just pull out the zinc and the sometimes my lead quality goes down when I do that. So that's what I suggest. Anyway, speaking of getting the lead out, I'll have to do a coffee break moment, because what I have here is I just have to mention this because one of our own, Bullets for Freedom and Liberty, has started a coffee company, and this is a friend to a lot of us in the community here. So I don't have any choice but to support him. I bought a bag from him, and he actually sent me another bag for free. This is the Minuteman Coffee Company. There you go. Don over there at Minuteman Coffee Company, we appreciate you. Thank you very much. I wish you the most success in the world. Don't Tread on Me, March to Victory. This is a medium dark roast, and this is a dark roast. This was my very favorite. And if you're adding a lot of stuff to your coffee, so I've let several people try this coffee already. So if you're adding stuff to your coffee, usually your darker roast is the way to go, because you can make a nice thick cup of coffee and then add all that stuff that you like to add to it. I don't add a lot of stuff, just a little bit of sugar and a little tiny bit of cream, and that's my favorite. All right. So thank you, Don, over at Minuteman Coffee Company. I'll be honest with you, my first cup of coffee, I actually texted him, and I just told him big thumbs way up on your coffee because it was really that good, and that was late, even before I ate dinner, and that's how much I enjoyed that cup of coffee. I appreciate that, guys, over there at Minuteman Coffee Company, and I just wanted to show you the process that I use on lead hoarding and lead processing. And I have some cool things that I want to do here with my new burners, because I have one burner that thing is like a super burner, and I just wanted to show you guys. Anyway, hopefully this was helpful for you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and make sure you subscribe to this channel and give me the thumbs up. And I'll see you guys in, wait a minute, I got one more thing I gotta mention. Okay, there's another place that you can actually get this coffee. And for a lot of guys that watch this channel, over at the Reloaders Network, the TRN network. You can either go to this website, or you can also get it through the Reloaders Network, and a little bit of support will go to them. So go to the Reloaders Network. I'll send a link. I'll put a link in the description to the Minuteman Coffee Company and the Reloaders Network on how to get it. And I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe that there's if you get a certain amount, then shipping is free. Don't quote me on that. I didn't double check that. But anyway, go to the website and you can find out that information. I'll see you guys in the next video.